But yeah, I wanted to write down.
Do some kind of introduction, I guess.
Action.
Rhythm section.
Rhythm section.
We're about to release a new record, entitled The Falling. In lieu of us not being able to do any shows, we've decided to do a questions and answer session. So people have sent in their questions and we'll answer them, and in between we'll play the songs from the record.
Question for Max. Ever considered going vegan?
I can answer this. No.
The answer would be no, yes, but no.
How does Berlin influence your songs/songwriting?
Like Manchester.
Yeah, I think like it's one of those things, like wherever you are, I guess people ask that question of whether the city you're in influences the sound of what you do. Maybe it does.
Like, what does it mean? What does it mean to be influenced by a city?
No, exactly.
There is a certain feeling that you get from that place. It's exciting. It's exciting to be somewhere new, and it's exciting to be places where you can reference pieces of history, but at the same time, how that comes across into the music is it's not necessarily directed.
No, it's not in your hands specifically as well. Like, you don't think, oh, I'm going to make a song now that's related to Berlin, or like that's influenced by the sound of.
But it's not in your hands to decide neither, I suppose. Like I said, like a lot of people said, like, oh, your music's so influenced by Manchester. Are we talking about really obvious like bands? I don't know about Berlin.
The thing I wanted to go to the Manchester one, I think it's like me and Craig are from like the north of England.
Yeah.
Not from Manchester originally, but like from like smaller towns that are shit. Like Manchester was shit, and there is part of that.
Yeah, well, you definitely get more bands coming here, and it's like a more you know you get influenced from more. It's more music than where I'm from.
Who was your favourite Beatle?
Paul McCartney. because of James McCartney.
James McCartney was my favorite Beatle.
No offense, James McCartney, if you watch it, obviously. Antonia from Romania. What artist would you say had the biggest influence on you? Not just musicians, anyone really. Max?
Les Dawson. Fucking right, man, Les Dawson, yeah. Les Dawson and Dawson and Iggy Pop.
The biggest. My answer is that I really appreciate that question, but I don't think there is like one, because it's too. The topic is too big. You know, like you can't find one that inspired you for everything you've done artistically.
Like anyone.
Bob
like,
Dylan for sure.
Bob Dylan, okay.
Easy.
Yeah, it'd be the Clash and the Ramones.
The Clash
and Ramones.
Liam.
Clash and Ramones.
Refuse.
And the Stooges.
You were listening to Salt and Pepper.
Push it. Push it real good.
Okay. This song is called The Falling.
I crave this poison every day. Well, it gives me wings but takes the sky away. I know desire like the back of my hand. Still I smother love with a palm that holds my wedding band. In this loving embrace of this vicious liquid I long to taste. If I could convince only myself I'm the poet, I think the failed writer farewell. They're assembling now for the falling. They're assembling now for the falling. They're assembling now for the falling. They'll see. are the angel able to detect the devil in me and in all the rest? I lower my bow after I've cried and dislodged the arrows that pierced my side. You're decorated with all that I need, even this beautiful jealousy that you lead. Father, to have that choice, to stand on trial without a voice. They're assembling now for the falling. They're assembling now for the falling. They're assembling now.
Olya, Max, Leo, we're the underground. What are you laughing?
Olga.
Try again. Take two.
Take two. Hi, I'm Craig.
Take three.
1, 2, 3.
Hey! The underground youth here. Oh, no.
Craig, will there be a second book of poetry?
Yeah, I'm actually in production at the moment, doing a book of short stories and poetry, so it's shall be released at some point in the near future.
Who is Olya's onstage style icon?
Olya.
I would say that, but I probably shouldn't.
Oh, this question is actually...
Olya's onstage style icon.
Olya from Russia asks, who is Olya's onstage icon?
Nico, Patti Smith,
Yeah.
Nick Cave, for
What?
his slick back hair and a little bit of jewellery going on, and a suit again.
Can you give us an insight of the songwriting process, please?
Half of Craig's lyrics are just things that I say to him in the van when I'm drunk.
I think half
or at least a quarter. At least a quarter.
50%.
At least, if you want to come back to the original question, the idea of like writing a song, certainly lyrically, I think for Craig and for a lot of other people as well, it's like an idea is that you hear something in the world and then it makes you laugh or it makes you think, and then you take it with you and change it to something that it's like finding patterns in life. Finding patterns in life all the time,
yeah.
and like you put them into a song, and it's kind of a reflection of reality. Like in some ways, like music or any kind of art, probably writing, painting, stuff is just you reflecting the world around you that you see.
What are your top 5 albums from the past year?
Got to. Fontaine's DC, A Hero's Death, Baxter Dury, The Night Chances.
Bob Dylan released Rough and Rowdy Ways in 2020. I think that was a genuinely amazing record.
I made some good music.
I like that new Viagra Boys one. That was good.
Oh yeah.
That was this year,
Viagra Boys,
actually.
Viagra
Yeah.
Boys one was good. You know,
Yeah.
Sleaford mods, obviously, that's all good.
True. What's in the hat? Greetings from St. P.
Ooh, some
Dear
Petersburg.
Olya and guys, have a nice day and come back with a show in Russia. Alright.
Aw,
Thank you, yeah, we really hope we will.
Привет.
I'm gonna.
Спасибо большое.
Orrison.
No, please.
Orrison, Pierba Kazmanat, Vermeerba. Vermeerba. Orrison, Pierba Kazmanat, Vermeerba.
Skip it.
We can edit that out.
Don't forgive me, all that I said, what I wrote down, all that I read, all the scars that we bore, all the tears that we bled. Don't forget me when you are free in the garden of Gethsemane, or the kiss that exposed you for all that you're not. Don't forget me, just take hold, Lady Lilith, your hair of gold, your reflection in this mirror. You remain young whilst I grow old. Don't forgive me all of my sins when the flames lick up at my shins. It's too late to repent now. Oh, here, take my wings. Well, I spent love not in vain, and I spent time, and I spent pain, and I came from St. Petersburg with a ring and a heart on a chain. Don't forsake me, Narcissus, you, for these words now, well, they are true. For you have me as I have you. I sang with this voice, I need you. Don't forget me, for I am yours, lost in language, behind closed doors. Just these tired, overused words that crawl out on all fours. Don't forget me, or the quiet throbs of this burning violin sobs as she sings for you and me a long-lost melody.
Hi.
What's wrong with you?
And mark it. 5, 4, 3, 2. Hey! It's great from there. Welcome to the misery.
Okay, question. Serious.
If each of you would have the opportunity to do one solo album, brackets, secret guilty pleasures included, what would it sound like? There's no such thing as a guilty pleasure.
No, I always want to make
Chill with.
a hip hop record, you know, like a.
Right.
Currently working on this.
I don't feel guilty. I don't feel guilty about anything. Vamos a la playa. Oh, oh, oh.
I don't know how you could improve on that though.
What are
What are
your
favourite
songs
to play live? Ghost Rider. When we used to cover Ghost Rider, and
Which is not
it
that
was amazing.
Not even our song.
No, it is our song, but we used to cover it, and Olya got out from behind the drums with the thing. It was a lot of fun. Playing Ghost Rider was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun. It was really good live, you know.
It was
Big
fun.
drums.
I mean,
Olya gets out, shaking around. We were playing, rocking. It's good. Ghost Rider. I love Ghost Rider.
My favourite song to play live used to be, well, for a time was Rules of Attraction. I used to really enjoy like the idea of like we had that freedom of like getting like that sort of like as a band we would have the knowledge that one of us is going to get in the crowd or all of us are going to get in the crowd, and it was just this excitement of like, well, if the crowd's good enough, we're going to really go for it.
Yeah, any of the songs where it's not always the same every night, because there's some there's some songs that are sort of like we can't play them in the same structure, and there's some songs that are like, you know, it's kind of what you're feeling on the night, and it can be longer and it can be shorter, and it's like the ones that are like, you know, how it goes on the night, when you know when it's.
Are there any songs on the album influenced by any literature or films you've seen? It's hard to sort of pinpoint periods of time, what I was reading then, or what I was writing then, or what I was watching in terms of films. Everything flows together.
We didn't talk about
seamlessly.
any movies or literature, but we did talk about Cohen and Dylan, who are writers, in my opinion. I mean,
Of
their
course.
lyrics are as
Yeah,
important as
and when I was saying about Cohen, like it wasn't even so much about like the poetry of the music. It was more in terms of, it was also like his narrative.
I think
His writing in general, like, you know, it's. I don't think that was specifically formed around. I mean, I don't like to be too influenced by something so that I'm going to lift something directly. So it's nice to sort of have something in the back of your mind, but then try and do your own thing. And I think if you're reading something at the same time as writing, you're too directly influenced, which can be detrimental to your own ideas you want to put across. So yeah, I would steer clear of that.
It's an anonymous question. If you would not be a musician, what would you be?
fucked.
I should be a dancer.
If you would not be
I-
a shouter,
I-
you would be an insurance. In Olya, one of
No,
St. Petersburg's premier
I like
insurance
her.
agents.
I used
Business
to
lunch.
be a housekeeper.
Back
Yeah.
doing the dishes in the restaurant, I guess, or maybe some cooking
That's
too.
a big question for you.
What would you do?
I'm a musician.
Yeah, and if you were,
Regardless of not being able to be a musician.
Yeah, I would obviously be some kind of high-powered diplomat.
Okay.
astray, a witch you're submerged underwater. Out to find you there in numbs this form of torture. For I can always find you in my dreams, where you are my Egyptian cast all else aside to great weakness. Oh, I see you through this static, grainy darkness. Through this doubt, it's you I see, my Duchess. For I can always find you in my dreams, where you are my Egyptian That's where I'll always find you in my dreams. That's where I'll always find you in my dreams. That's where I'll always find you in my dreams. Where you are my Egyptian
Carla. Max. What was the first band you played in and what was the music like?
Well, the first band I played in, I suppose technically would have been like a school choir. So I would have been singing, what?
Choir music.
Choir music, well, yeah. Morning has broken like the first morning. As you can see, I was a natural.
Shocking, but never went anywhere.
As good as my Prince cover, but
Didn't know that about you.
yeah. I was in a school choir. We did.
How talented he was.
I know. I mean, some say I had a chance, but yeah, choir music at school. That's the first sort of singing with people or playing with people would have done, you know, in like assemblies and stuff. But other than that, yeah, we was in we did like some Ramones covers at school. Yeah, like Rockaway Beach.
What was the name of the band?
The Raves.
Ooh,
The Raves.
MC Dave and the Raves.
MC Dave.
Who was the MC?
MC Dave was my mate Dave. Well, he had a massive Mohican they used to make with like sugar and water. It's shaved at the side.
What
He
song
put
did you
sugar
play?
and water. Rockaway Beach. Rockaway Beach. Blitzkrieg Blob. We did Complete Control, Janie Jones. We did like Clash and Ramones and stuff like that. We got a review in the Hull Daily Mail
Wow.
that said we were the best band in the entire show.
What was the show?
What is your bank account number and secure.
There's 112 fuck you.
Okay, apple pie versus raspberry pie.
Really?
That's what it
Apple pie
says.
versus raspberry pie.
What's a raspberry pi?
What's a raspberry pie? Is this code for something?
Yeah, it's like a drug
Something,
thing.
yeah.
Raspberry pie? Sex thing.
Oh, sex thing. Okay.
Apple pie or raspberry pie?
I think
It's a touchy subject, as you can see, nobody's really got
I mean, we've talked more on this question than many others.
because I mean, just raspberry pie, innit? It sounds.
Just the sound
I've
of
never.
Raspberry ripple.
I do like a raspberry.
I like a raspberry ripple. The underground youth is a divine way of rising as a sun or a moon. For many years, mercy, laughing,
Thank you.
stay gold.
That's nice.
Infinity, golden, yes.
Yeah, nice.
Thank you.
Okay.
It's very
What's the favorite show you played?
I think like Athens and Thessaloniki are always two of the greatest cities for us to play.
But like sometimes when you go back somewhere, you remember like when we played Paris in that old music hall. We'd been to Paris a bunch of times, and like each
Like
time
getting
it was
better
getting bigger shows, and that was.
I still feel that way with Paris, to be honest. Like
I love
think
playing
like
Paris. Yeah.
like Paris is one of those places you go to, and it's like the crowd is always strong, solid audience. Apart from that time that guy stole my pedal.
Where you going now?
Touchy subject.
No, it was just down for some.
Well, I have a kiss for your face and for your neck, and I have so much love for you. All I can do is hold my breath, and I sought to escape all of my contradictory traits, and I once again long to hold your face in my hands, and I walk these streets of ours as I counted down the hours, and I could have spent them picking flowers for you. And I have no desire to swim in you until I'm fully able to. Oh, it's all I can do not to. And I those eyes that I fought so long to excite, and I know one day that I just might. And I recall each song I played for you, each detail of that hotel room, and I remember the smell of your perfume that night. And I long to watch you paint once more my face upon the canvas raw, the angles traced by brush they're drawn. And I
All we have to do from now on is just sit.
You don't have to do anything. Like
Oh, you're doing things.
the minimal things you can do are better.
Hello. Tanya asks the question: any funny, interesting stories about crossing borders whilst on tour? Plenty. Next question.
Funny, interesting stories.
Yeah,
I think like in
broken nose guy with a Kalashnikov in the van in Moldova.
Yeah, I think
tank at the border.
I think pretty much all of these would come from the east of Europe.
Yeah.
And yeah, we've all.
US, Canada was alright. It's not that funny.
True, it's not funny. Well, it felt a bit funny in
There
the
was,
stomach.
there was one border we passed in somewhere in Eastern Europe, and probably best not even to name. I don't even remember.
Moldova.
But there was
pre-depot.
no. There was
Imaginary Moldova.
the place where the guy they wouldn't let us through and wanted to charge us some money. He asked us to pay some money to get through the border because we had merchandise with us, but he said he would let us off for free if we gave him a record.
Romanian.
And all signed it. Was it Romanian?
It was Romanian.
Okay, and we all had to sign this record for this guy in this little booth, and we know for a fact he probably didn't have a record player. He sure as shit did not know who the band were or anything. But yeah, we signed a record and he let us through, really happy.
Well, one of the fucking weirdest border crossings was crossing. It's like a tri-border between Ukraine, Russia, and Belarus. It's a three borders at the time when we're coming out. It's a tri-border area. It was kind of. It felt a bit tense. You know, there's a lot of people with guns and a lot of fucking
tanks,
armor about and everything. And yeah, when we get through into the Ukrainian bit, there's loads of soldiers and there's loads of trucks that are all iced in and people like chipping ice away from each other. Dudes like hammering ice underneath the trucks and stuff. And we just jumped out of the van, and obviously Olya speaks Russian, and our driver at the time, Malko Tour Service, the most savant tour service guy in the world, jumped out of the van in this kind of like sub-zero, icy war zone border crossing, and two soldiers just like looked at us and just went, Europeans, they all look so fucking weird to me. Okay, favourite city or country to play live?
In Kiev.
Yeah.
Spain is always great.
Yeah. Spain, France, Greece, anything
Portugal.
south.
No, I also love Glasgow.
We played like San Sebastian on a Monday night, and like, you know, that tour, I think it was maybe the first tour that I was in the band, and me and Frank were in the band together, and like we were playing like a lot of sold out shows, and it was all like real cool, and like we were having a great time, it's all good, and we'd like turn up in like San Sebastian on Monday night, and it was kind of half empty, but we were just like in such a good mood, we were just like really fucking kicking it. We were just on a roll of like sounding good, playing good. It was, we were just having fun. Didn't matter, you know. It was still, the people there had a good time. It was like only like half full venue, but you know, Monday night everybody had a great time. It was that was a cool show.
Which one?
Gee.
Track 5.
It's pretty good, right?
This is a sorrowful race. This is track 5, a sorrowful race.
Olya, what's track 5? A sorrowful chord.
It's played in almost G.
Played in almost sorrowful chord.
This is track 5, a sorrowful race.
Well, I'm lying in a foreign bed with a broken chest, a broken rib, a broken heart, both unable to rest. I curse first the empty bottle that lies by my side for the one job that I gave it. Well, it failed as it tried. So I stuck a lit candle into the bottle's neck that reminded me of you, of the time and place we met. Now the raindrops challenge tears from the top of my face. On first down to the floor they cry. It's the sorrowful rain. Oh, what a waste. This cheap conjurer of words asks me what I hope to achieve. I tell him nothing more than I know, and I know little more than I believe. Why he's achieved so much more than I in such a short amount of time. Well, I'll never understand how or why. I'll just keep writing line after 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 line. Raindrops challenge tears from the top of my face. I'll first down to the floor they cry. It's the sorrowful
What motivates, inspires you to keep making music? Advice for people who want to study music?
It's one of the most exciting things.
It is one of the most exciting. I think
Yeah,
it's
I think
just the
it
idea
is.
of like actually working on something creative is genuinely brilliant.
A loud fucking noise sometimes, man. Yeah, as well. I mean, as well as like the beauty of music and harmonising and stuff, just like, you know, it's exciting, isn't it? You know, what grabbed you about music when you were young? You know, what was the thing that made you? What was the first sort of like piece of music that made you feel like really excited as a child?
No, I think like to go way back and like that sort of aspect of like what makes you pick up a guitar, you know, the first time. Because for me it was like I listened to a lot of music and was always thought it was so high above what I was possibly able to do, and I just thought it was like something you have ingrained in you. You can do this or you can't. Then I saw a fucking video of Bob Dylan like playing 3 chords and like doing this thing. I saw the Ramones fucking doing what they do, and it's like, okay, this isn't actually hard. Like you can pick up a guitar and you can learn that really simply, and you can actually do that, and it way like it's so empowering.
For me, it's definitely the art form that fulfills me the most. I would say,
There's something just satisfying physically and like mentally as well about just like I mean, music's not just sound, it's feeling, especially if you're playing it loud. It's like you can feel the vibrations, drums especially, you know, like bass and things. It's a physical thing.
And it's also it's not something that comes together like when you can play a guitar at home alone or something like that, but it's something that really comes together when you're in a group of people, or like even if it's 2 people, 3 people, 4 people or more, I think it genuinely comes together like when you have a huge, like when you're working with other people, and that connection you get through doing that is incomparable to anything else really.
But yeah, it's definitely like really flexible like piece of art where everyone can come and like mold it together.
I really miss being on tour. We should just say this is correct. This is fucking February 2021. We have not been on tour and played live like for nearly a year.
Almost a year, man.
From one gig which
Almost
was separated, so she didn't say.
Oh. Where is Leo from?
I'm from Sweden.
Yeah, come on.
Göteborg, 414 Magna, north of Europe.
That's so
North of Europe, that's pretty good, yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah, what's track 6 on your album?
Track 6, For You Are the One. What are you handing me a guitar for?
Souls alas, will they dwell in my breast? And my love for you just won't give me a rest. Now join me and take this here drop of poison. Fear not, for we practice me freedom. By touch of our spell, I would know you so well. Now follow me down this long forgotten well. Well, we're on a train that's not safe for its tracks. Oh, how long does anything anywhere last? For you are the one. For you are the one. For you are the one. For you are. Your image undressed, I have long since obsessed. I would pray for you, but you're already blessed. And you anyway know that means nothing to me, for I put my faith somewhere else entirely. I feel this conflict between flesh and spirit. I know more about this than I care to admit. Now I'm looking for some kind of feverish bliss. Oh, I've had worse wines from better bottles than this. You are the one. For you are the one. For you are the one. For you are.
again. All lost highway.
Right, let's get back to the questions here.
What was the last great album you listened to?
Funhouse.
Funhouse, The Stooges.
So literally the last record we listened to, as we were listening to it.
I listened to it
I
yesterday.
think I really love The Stooges. Funhouse.
What is your favorite song? What is your favorite song out of the ones you have released? Of the released songs,
Too
which
innocent
one
to
is
be
the favorite?
true.
That's your favorite?
Too Innocent to Be True, actually. Yeah, that was a big.
Of the ones I've been involved, I think Last Exit.
Can't listen to the recorded one, it's too slow.
Yeah, the recording.
What's the live version?
No, just the one. How
Just
we
the
play
one which is
live.
fast.
But also from Dystopian Hell. There's a few.
Yeah, no, yeah, like, yeah. There's too many. I mean, I wouldn't release a song if I wasn't totally happy with it, so it's
Yeah.
sort of a
That's a
hard
good,
question
that's a
to.
good answer.
It's a hard question to answer.
Thanks. That's your answer. Well, me.
Yeah, The Outsider.
So I guess the answer is The Outsider.
Ritual, I think, from doing the session, the isolation session, playing through some of the old stuff, like just on my, I think like. Give us an E minor. Give us an A minor.
A minor.
A minor.
Yeah. That's
Ritual.
ritual. That's more like it.
Track 7, Cabinet of Curiosities.
Follow me down, down to see my cabinet curiosities. I've got tiny skulls carved out of every stone. I've got stuffed birds and beasts that I gave a home. I've got a celestial globe made out of golden bone. Altar of ivory, its origin is unknown. Oh, I can tell by your face that you're not impressed. All I want is your love, it's high time I confess. All I want is your love, it's high time I confess. Paintings by great masters of art, and long lost manuscripts, they're all falling apart. I've got sculptures crafted out of Jerusalem thorn. I've got a dragon's egg and a unicorn's horn. And as I can tell by your face that you're not impressed. All I want is your love, it's high time I confess. All I want is your love, it's high time I confess. Oh, I've got ancient goblets of wine that are shaped like ships. Well, there's some magic in this here silver crucifix. I've got a Norwegian fiddle that's encrusted with pearl, and I'd give it all up for you if you'd just be my girl. But I can tell by your face that you're not in this. All I want is your love. I don't care what comes next. All I want is your love. I don't care what comes
As a band, what are your aesthetic influences?
The Ramones.
But they have blue jeans.
No, yeah, they're blue jeans, but no, it's more like being in a gang, you know.
The punk rock aspect of like being in a sort of unit of people.
But I don't think we have to try that hard. I don't think we don't actually try that. We just end up like right. So there's the rhythm section. There's a story.
Oh my god.
When you know what I'm going to say. You know the story. So
Too
when
many
I
stories.
first joined the band in Manchester, and we were going to rehearse like on a Thursday night in the summer or something. Get there, and I'm walking on the street. It's about a dual carriageway going into Ancoats, where the rehearsal room was, and I'm walking on the road, and I've got a black suit on with a polka dot shirt, and that's just what I'm wearing in the day. I'm not even thinking about it, like. But I'm walking on the road, and I look at the road, and I see on the other side somebody like walking in exactly the same timing as me on the opposite side of the road. It's Olya, and I'm like, all right, mate. We crossed the road. She's wearing a black suit and a polka dot shirt. We've met like maybe like 2 times before this, and like we like the same things. And
I think that's the main thing. Like the idea of us wearing leather jackets isn't because we
all
tried
just
that.
do. It's like a little gang thing. Isn't it? Was isolation a benefit to your creativity, or was it a detriment?
We recorded the album during that period of time, and we've all done other things during that period of time. But I think, had it not been the case, I wouldn't say it's a detriment, but it's also definitely not helping anything.
Exactly. I think for me personally, it's been like, it definitely had been really shit at a lot of times, that it's just like you don't have something to look forward to, but at the same time there's been a lot of like time to just like create things and actually slow down a bit from, having to go somewhere or just being in one place and actually focusing on one thing has been sort of a positive thing, and then times it's been up and down.
I think one of the things, like the fact that we were on tour and the tour got fucking cancelled because of COVID, and we were chaos, and we're thrown back into you don't know what the future is. Like everybody, like a lot of people, everybody doesn't. I mean, just remember back a year ago when nobody knew how bad it was going to get, how good it was going to get, when the end of it would be. It was a lot of unknowns. To be able to do something, even at a distance, and then actually complete it and work it, was something that it felt like at least your time was worthwhile.
fell in love with fading away. I heard Marlon Brando made you feel the same way. Will I have love with violent certainty? Fate already left, she never got to see. Well, your image is my wine glass, your mind is my wine. And all that we encounter, we interpret as a sign.
But yeah, I wanted to write down. Oh, it's totally cool.
Track 9. This is track 9. Track 9. There's not even 9 tracks on the record.
Track 8. It was your chance.
Track 15.
We're not even filming.